So before I put the engine cover back on, the plastic cover that goes on the top of the engine, I thought I'd give it a clean. Very quickly. This is a brilliant tip if you're flogging your vehicle, selling it. If you're going to sell something, pretty much every car, van on the market today, they stick one of these stupid plastic covers on the front of them, over the top of the engine. They think it makes it look good. But if you're selling it, and the fella comes round to look at it, or the lady, or whatever, whoever it is, they're probably going to ask to look under the hood, under the bonnet. And if this is nice and clean, first impressions and all that, makes a difference. I'm not selling mine, I'm just doing it just because it's off. And when you go under the car and you're messing with something, if the cover's not dirty, then you don't get dirty. So that's why I'm giving mine a clean. I'll try and get that in there. Excuse the camera angles. I'm paying more attention to what I'm doing than where I'm pointing the camera. I know you want to see a DPF cleaned, but it's part of the same car. And you can always skip through it if you don't want to watch it. See how it comes up. Right, that'll do. Give it a quick scrub now that there's washing up liquid everywhere. I mean, you're not going to hurt it, I promise you that. These things are designed to go through quite a bit. There we go. Oh, that's quite dirty, so it's taken something off. It was one of those lovely, nice wet Welsh days today. Oh, I forgot to plug the hose in. Nice resounding click. Like I said in one of the earlier videos, get yourself one of these Hydra shots. They're so bloody useful. You find so many different things to use them on, I'll tell you. Oops. Does it go off? Nope, still running. This is one of those jobs that would probably be better with an electric pressure washer. But I don't think you could damage it. It is made out of a high impact plastic, so it'll probably take it. As always, when you're doing plastic, you can never actually tell how it's cleaning. It's when it dries, you'll see. At the end of the day, it's not going to do it any harm. Right, we'll stand him up against the wall now, just to run the last little bit off it, and then we'll put him under the gazebo to dry, because it's a typical Welsh day today. Nice drizzle rain. There you go. If only it stayed looking like that, eh? Looks lovely, but it won't stay like that. But anyhow, that'll do. We'll stick him under there where he can dry. Leave him there. There we go. And we'll look at him tomorrow. So as the cover's off, I thought we'd give the engine a bit of a spruce up under here. Not the engine, just the bits and pieces. Now this is a brilliant tip if you're coming to sell the vehicle. I'm not, but I'm going to get it clean up anyway. Now the first things you want to look at is the things that stick out. Most car manufacturers highlight these in yellow. So you've got stuff like your screen wash, your dipstick there. Sometimes the oil cap, that could be yellow, depends on your make of car. Battery, that's always a good one to clean. And then you want to look at stuff that's actually dirty, that would benefit from a clean and just look better. So in the case of this car, you can see there's a lot of, see that? That's on the, that's the steering fluid in that one. That needs a wash, give that a clean. Here we have the coolant tank, as you can see, that's a bit mucky. And I presume that's the brake fluid up there, so that one's going to have a wipe over as well. If I was selling the car, I would take the airbox off and give that a wash, like I'd done the engine cover with a jet sprayer. Same with the fuse box cover, I'd take that off, jet spray the top off, all this crud off here. You can see it's dirty. But you want to clean these in the bits of wing here that stick out. Just so that when somebody opens the bonnet and has a look, all this front part here that never gets cleaned, just give it a wipe over. But we'll have a little go and just see what it comes up like. So I've got some spray. This isn't flashing here. This is my little secret mixture. Well, it's not secret. Equal measure washing up liquid. So it's a squirt of washing up liquid, a squirt of bleach, and the same amount in water. Shake it up. This will clean most things. So we'll make a start. We'll give that a little squirt there, and we'll give this a squirt here, and we'll give that a squirt up there. And leave that for a minute to do its magic. Chuck that there for a second. Here's an old sponge, an old dish sponge, well worn out. Don't throw them out, keep them for things like this. And just swirl that around like that. And straight away you can see that's already so much cleaner. Now this really does not take long. What's that? Chuck that out. But to the inside of the bonnet, if someone's looking at it, really makes a difference, I tell you. You're not going to hurt anything, by the way. I mean, stay away from electrics and stuff, but doing things like this, you're not going to hurt anything. Right, I know what I did forget. I forgot to get a rag, but we'll soon go back and get one of them. And that's only going to take a second. Right. I reckon that will do. I'll chuck that there for a minute. Right, we'll go and get a rag. Right, Ben got a couple of rags. Straight away you can see I didn't do the mid look. Squirt this time. This is the next day, by the way. Forgot to mention that. And the engine cover that I did yesterday has really come up well. Far better than I was expecting it to. I said in yesterday's video, when you clean plastic, it always comes up lovely when you clean it, and when it dries, it never dries like it looks when it's wet. But that has cleaned up quite well, I've got to be honest. Well, you haven't got to make it spotless. At the end of the day, it's under an engine. People know that. Right, how's that bit done? I'll give this a quick squirt there. Right, the dipstick, you don't want to do that in there, in case then he runs down in the engine. So take the dipstick holder out. I shall plonk that there. And give that a squirt on there, like so. Flip it over. Where's the sponge gone? I've lost the sponge. Anybody see the sponge? Where did the sponge go? Oh, there it is, fell down there. Like I said, if I was selling the car, I would take this cover off and do it properly, but I'm not. Don't think I'm going to be able to do this one one-handed somehow. Oh, I've dropped it on the floor. Right, I'll have to pause that one. I can do the cap though. Give that a quick wipe around. Right, I have to pause it a sec. What's that under there? Oh, it's got a recess in it. No, don't worry about that. I'll do for that. I'm not too worried about that. That's what we want to clean there. I'm not even worried about getting all the foam off, to be honest with you, because like I said, I'm not actually selling the car. But all these little insets, you'd have to get something to poke in there with a cloth wrapped round to get the stuff off. You're never going to do it with a with a rag like. You'll get some of it, but you need a screwdriver or something wrapped up in a cloth. But this will still look better, won't it, right? Yeah, I know that's loose. That's loose from when I took it all off when I was trying to start the engine. I will put it all back on at some point. If it's a petrol engine, be a little bit more careful about where you're spraying stuff. It doesn't matter so much with a diesel, but you still got to be careful. Like, you don't want to spray onto electrics directly. I mean, like, this is the fuse box I'm doing now, but it's a cover, so in theory it should keep anything from going on the electrics. Forgot to spray the lid again. What is it with me and lids? This is particularly dirty. People over the years have spilt stuff on it. And when you're cleaning something that's particularly greasy and oily, you're better off with, if you've got it, a degreaser. If you haven't, and you're just sort of like you work from home, you know, just DIYing, washing up liquid, or dish soap as it's called in America, do exactly the same thing. Not quite as good as degreaser, but good enough that it works. You just might have to scrub a little bit harder. Give us a quick wipe over. I mean, I'm not doing this anywhere near as good as it could be done. You could really, like all of this here, look, this is all filthy. You give it a rub over, look, and it comes up. Now this is just with the cloth. Same with the battery. Give the battery a rub over. Makes the battery look newer. Oh, it's also, you don't want to make it look too good. If it's a second-hand vehicle, people will smell a rat. Some people will smell a rat. You just give it a clean up. I mean, I think that looks a lot better. Yeah, you're never going to make it look brand new. But if you can make the underside look that little bit better. Like I said, if someone was coming round to buy the car, they'd lift the bonnet. Just the fact that it looks a bit cleaner under there is a good thing. The other thing you can do is put new clamps on, or take them off, take the old clamps off, give them a buff up with a wire brush or something, or a wire wheel in a drill. Any clamps like that have gone a bit rusty. Even a spring clamp, if you can get one here, take it off, give it a clean, put it back on. Anytime you can de-rust, that you'd end up leaving. But that looks a bit better already. Right, we'll get the engine cover and we'll stick that back on. Okay, being I've got the engine cover, it's not hard to put back on. All you've got to do is line up the oil cap and then get them, find the holes, he says, which is far easier if you're not holding a camera. Well, there's one. Yeah, I can't see that one. Can I see this one better? There it is. There we go. All lined up. And as you can see, that looks a fair bit better already. I can't remember what size I said these were now. Anybody remember? Where have I got 4? Well, there's only, so I know, there's only 3. Ah, that's the washer. That must be missing off one of them. Yeah, it's missing off that one. There we go. Yeah, these are going to be great fun to put back on. But we'll do what we can do for the minute before I go and get some tools. Yeah, I'm not going to even try that one. It's too far down. Might be able to get this one with a bit of luck. Yeah, we got that one on. But anyhow, the point of the video, like I said, if you were selling the vehicle, just that little, I mean, how long did that take me? 5-10 minutes? I know this took a bit longer yesterday, but it looks so much better under there just for a quick wipe over. And like I said, if you were actually selling it, you'd spend a bit longer. You'd do all this paint work, this bit of inner seal here, in the part of the wing there, the plastics all around the front where it never gets washed. Give them all a wipe, and then the same this side, whatever you can reach really. But the main parts are like the bits that show out. Like I said, the yellows, they're a primary because they shine, and then your reservoirs that are around. I mean, I've cleaned that reservoir and you can't even see it. You can see a bit of a side of it here, but the majority of it's covered by the cover. But battery post there, that'd do with clean. That'd look a bit better. But yeah. So anyhow, going back to the DPF now, but this is a separate little video. I just thought I'd put it up just to show what you can do if you're selling your vehicle. Right, have a good one everyone.